Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have a meta team to showcase on this channel for the Open Ultra League format. So we're gonna start off with Charizard up in front, while both Cobalion and Cresselia at the back will form a solid and a pretty general back line. So over here we're just gonna go straight for the Blast Burn, and as it seems this Gliscor is gonna take the first one, meaning that we're gonna get severe damage on their side. So of course we're gonna be down on shields, but as it seems we can kinda outspeed to the next charge attack and obviously win that CMP for us. So right here I decide to spend my last shield, and of course I can reach to another double Dragon Claw. So if they block here and that is not gonna be a CMP, perhaps we might have a chance at winning this battle. However, they are just gonna press their Night Slash as soon as they get there, and unfortunately we're gonna force Sword to that Pokemon. So into the next matchup here, and we're facing the return of Golisopod. So this Pokemon can be kinda troublesome, but hopefully we can still have access to Future Sight and not Grass Knot for massive damage on that Pokemon. So over here I will decide to switch out into my Cobalion, and to be honest I was trying to catch an X-Scissor and that worked, so that is gonna be a very good one option for me. And right after I have a double Sacred Sword for their own Cobalion. So the second Sacred Sword will bring that Cobalion super low, but not at a point that we can farm it down. They can still reach to the next charge attack, which means that we are gonna get severely damaged. However, right here we're just gonna get destroyed down by the Night Slash, and now it's all up to Cresselia. We're seeing the return of Cobalion for the final time, and at this point I think that a simple Moonblast will just seal the deal. So we're gonna start off the video with a positive tone. Into the next one now with the Ampharos up in front. So obviously this is gonna be one of the worst leads that you can get, because not only this Pokemon is gonna wall down our Charizard with those Volt Switches and potentially with the Thunder Punches, but also it has access to a move like Brutal Swing, which means that it can also do super effective damage to one of our backline Pokemon, and that is Cresselia. Hopefully though they will switch out, and I say hopefully because they might have a Charizard, but still Future Sight will connect for big damage on that Pokemon. Right after we can definitely reach to the Moonblast, but first they have to sacrifice some energy in the process. So Dremglow here will take out our Pokemon, but still we can get out of this battle with a lot of energy stored up, at least a Blast Burn for that Ampharos to get destroyed down. So we're definitely grabbing a shield here, and that was their final one. Right after they have the Trailblaze on their Ampharos, which is surprisingly a very good move for the Ultra League format, but still we can switch out into Cobalion, and as soon as they see our Cobalion they back out. So perhaps they had something severely weak to our Pokemon, and that something might have been something like a Steel type Pokemon, because we had a Charizard and a Cobalion and they just left this battle. Into the next one now with a Melmetal up in front, and oh boy, I remember this one, because the Rock Slides have to be blocked while I can still reach to my Dragon Claw for the final bait and then annihilate down this Pokemon with the Blast Burn. However, I decide to make a weird switch into my Cresselia, and that is arguably a very bad switch, to be honest, because I could have easily gone here for the Blast Burn to destroy down that Pokemon. I do not know what I was thinking about, but still Melmetal is over here and it is just gonna go ahead and spam its way to victory. However, it cannot do much more than going for a few Rock Slides, and to be honest, now seeing the Dragon type going through, I think that my Moonblasts are just gonna dominate this Pokemon for sure. Dragon Claw is coming up, but still we have the Moonblast ready to go. We can still survive their charge attacks, and right after Charizard can go in, completely farming down that Pokemon. I'm pressing my Blast Burn here. I hope that you saw that, or just rewind a little bit, because I used my Blast Burn, it was never pressed, and yeah, this Pokemon can absolutely now have the upper hand against my backline. So over here now they have a Charmer at the back, and to be honest the outcome has already been settled, so I will just top left this battle, but overall I believe that I could have gotten into my Blast Burn and destroyed down the remaining HP of that Metal before they farm me down with that Rock Slide. So yeah, definitely a winnable matchup if Niantic could play their role right into that battle. So yeah, anyways, into the next one now. And we're facing the Walrein on the switch. Of course, we're gonna have the upper hand here with our Cobalion, able to tank even a whole Earthquake into our faces, and right after we can still reach to another Sacred Sword to destroy down Walrein. Now they return to the battle with Wheezing, and good news here is that they cannot quite farm down. Actually they will, but still we can apply a lot of pressure with our moves. So down we go to the following Fairy Winds, and right after Charizard can emerge into the battle. They're gonna get straight to that play rough, which is pretty weird, but still we can take those moves. But perhaps they have overhit and play rough, meaning that both of their moves will be much resisted by my Pokemon. So anyways, as their third one is gonna be Poliwrath, and this one can be kinda weird for my team, but still we can survive. Actually we cannot survive, but we have Cresselia at the back, which means that any fighter that would have been on their backline would apply no pressure at all into my side. And right after we can press the Moonblast, and yeah, we just got spoiled because the mission on the down right corner was completed. So yeah, we just won this battle once again. Into the next one now, trainers, and we're having Obstagoon up in front from its community day, perhaps because this is a shiny Obstagoon after all. Pretty nice flex to be honest, but still we can go ahead and go pretty rough at this shiny Pokemon with our Blast Burns. The first one will land, so big damage time on their side, and right after I will start shielding because I'm getting severely low. Right here I'm just gonna get to the first Dragon Claw. If they let that go through, it's fine. If they shield, I have one more for sure. And as it seems, this Obstagoon just faints, and this looking pretty nice for me because not only now I can have the upper hand on whatever comes in next, but also they have a Swampert, meaning that we can still reach to our Cresselia. So I knew that they needed 5 of those Matshots, actually not even a Hydro Cannon, 5 of those Matshots to reach the move, and taking advantage of that I can definitely pressure for that CMP. But as you can see, as long as I'm saying this sentence, we have already won actually this battle. So yeah, this is looking like a pretty nice one for our team. Hopping now into the next one with a very bad lead against Swampy up in front. So they're gonna block our first move, which is kinda weird but still totally understandable, because if they can get hit by a Blast Burn, they might actually lose this one. So I decided to go for the bait as I want to start this battle, and right after I know I can survive one move, but definitely not the second. Down I go, but still I have the upper hand with those shields. Right here I'm just gonna get all those Hydro Cannons into my face, because I still know that the Psycho Cats will not do a lot of damage, but they will be able to eventually farm down completely Swampert, even though I am already at the red. And yeah, I have already lost Charizard to be honest, so I'm looking at a severely hurt Cresselia, however low on energy, and my completely healthy Cobalion against their 2 healthy Pokemon. So let's see how this is gonna end, because another move is coming up, this time the Future Sight from my Cresselia, but they decide to block it. So good news here is that we can still rely on our Cobalion for the closing part, and as it seems I will just sacrifice both of them shields out of the way, because now Cobalion might actually have the upper hand on whatever lies at the back. So able to get now to the Sacred Sword at this point, it will be more than enough to finish off that poor Charizard. And now at the back they have a Walrein, no Shadow, but still it is gonna take a lot of damage from my Sacred Swords, and as you can see over here, we can simply destroy it down with that final double kick. Into the final one now, trainers, and we're having up in front against our Charizard another flyer, this time Pidgeot. So Pidgeot is an all-time classic to be honest for Great League and Ultra League at this point. Wing attack really helped a lot this Pokemon, but to be honest, Feather Dance is its main asset, so yeah, there goes that. Here comes now the Feather Dance, and I decide to block the first move, which is a mistake obviously, but I could not risk losing from now my Charizard to a Brave Bird. So over here I'm just gonna take the second move, and it ends up being just another Feather Dance. Now they switch out into their Steelix, and you know what, I have seen this switch, so I'm just gonna switch out, counter switch them with my Cobalion. So Cobalion is an interesting choice against Steelix, because not only it can do super effective damage to that Pokemon, but also it can resist the Dragon moves and the Psychics. So yeah, definitely looking at a very solid counter to Steelix overall, and seeing a lot of Steelixes in the way for Ultra League, perhaps I need to make a specific anti-Steelix team without Cresselia, without Charizard, just keep Cobalion, perhaps 2 more fighters, I'm not sure. I will just dig into it, and I will let you know throughout my channel channel how I want to play this next team that I have prepared for you. So anyways, over here Blastburn is just gonna dominate the battle against that Pidgeot, and because they had the red still at the back, they cannot farm down effectively, and we're gonna take this victory to end this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more of my content here on YouTube. And speaking of more of my content, here are 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I will see you all into the next one.